Good evening everyone, it's Christine here, and I thought I would pop on while we're all busily waiting for the next prompt for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery and share a lovely book that I have picked up from Melanie at Purveyor of Reclaimed Textiles, who sells various fabrics and threads, but also books on her Instagram account. So I'll pop her Instagram link in the comments or in the description for this video. And the book I have got is called The Embroiderer's Garden by Thomasina Beck. So before I purchased it, I had a quick review of what people had written about it, and it sounded really interesting, and it did say it was a big book, hardcover, and lots of beautiful images in it, and also writing about Thomasina Beck's craft as well as her garden. So let's have a look inside. I literally have not looked at it, so I thought I'd share my excitement as I look at it with you. So originally it was £16.50. Melanie had it for I think $10, which was just such a bargain for quite a thick hardcover book. So what does it tell us? Garden making and embroidery are highly personal arts, but they are crafts too. The Embroiderer's Garden is full of practical suggestions for creating beautiful and individual pieces. But just looking at this inside cover design, it is absolutely stunning, right from the snails, the butterflies, lots of moths. They do look more like moths, smaller little flies. And then just, yeah, the leaves and the flowers is absolutely amazing, and the detailing is incredible. And here's just such a detailed garden image, all done in stitch. That is just amazing. Amazing. So 13 different sections, from getting started, choosing a subject, viewpoint, framing, knots and knot gardens, topiary, using the herbals, flowers and foliage, herbs, vegetables and fruit, water gardens, greenhouses and conservatories. See, that's what we needed for one of our earlier prompts. Paths and paving, that could definitely come in handy. Garden ornaments. So who knows what we'll get tonight as our prompts. I'll have to come back to the book and have a look. Introduction, and that's sort of some of those like chateau style gardens. I'll have to have a look where that is. Okay, so not a chateau, it's in the UK, Wimpole House in Cambridgeshire. Or Cambridgeshire, probably said it wrong. And then various old forms of embroidery, of gardens. And I just love looking at the different designs and sort of motifs, because something like that you could definitely take that and then turn it into your own stitchery piece. That one's just from 1929, but this this image here is tulips from 1613. Wow. And then a collage. So I've been doing a fair bit of, I guess, fabric collaging and textile art in my Roxy Journal of Stitchery. So there's one there. And again, just a beautiful little line drawing that you could use as a base for your embroidery. These ones are very sort of geometrically designed, again, a bit similar to what I did for my chateau vegetable garden piece. So these are just sketches of gardens that I guess you can adapt. And a beautiful collagey piece that looks like they've used potentially some tulle or something with a crosshatch pattern in the background. (1504) manuscript of different trees made for applique, well, suggesting that it could be used for applique work. So I guess it's talking about how you can adapt other art forms and then actually create them in fabric and thread. Delphiniums, how beautiful is that? I suppose we can't look at every page, but oh wow, what a gorgeous the Orangery, Stoke Edith Orangery. Amazing. More beautiful line drawings for inspiration. Wow, that must be ribbon work. Monet's Garden. I was talking about that one in one of my other videos, and when I visited Monet's Garden. Oh, lovely. Choosing a subject. The scope for garden embroidery is so wide that choosing a subject you will enjoy working is not as simple as it might first appear. I think that's even the case when we're doing our prompts for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. There's just so many different directions we could actually take it. That's that design from the inside cover. How beautiful is that? A section of trellis and exquisite hanging by Grace Christie, worked on hand-woven linen in a great variety of stitches. Amazing. I love when you get old books and you get little bits and pieces in them. So here is a book that's been enjoyed by someone that's definitely into stitching, To Make an American Quilt. 1996, so that was when this bookmark was placed in. So where are we now? 2023. 27 years ago. Wow. I think I got that right, did I? Yes. Maths is failing me at the end of the day. And that must be a sort of a knot style garden. This one's just, yeah, intricately worked on a sort of Ada style cloth, I guess. And these are more grid style gardens. I know some of you did them for your garden, your vegetable garden piece. Choosing a viewpoint, that's something we've all kind of been thinking through as this, haven't we, as to whether we keep the same sort of angle for all our pieces, or some are looking down and some are looking across. Again, that's very similar to my view across my chateau gardens. Is a little bit higher than that, but a similar sort of perspective. And then there's the other way you can do it, where you'd be looking down, almost plan-like. Some good inspiration as well for my little idea to create a travel journal of places I've been, and possibly I could do some downward looking stitched pieces for my stitched travel journal. Lots of different gardens to be inspiration. Cushion. Sketches, so this is all still in that viewpoint. That's obviously a very close up. That's just showing, I guess, a smaller section, but with the outside just sort of blurring away. That's an amazing sort of segment of an image. Lots to read in here. Framing the view. So this is the lovely work that people do where they use archways and other things to draw the eye through. And you can do that with trees or arches. Isn't that quite lovely? In every situation, a beyond implies discovery and affects the imagination. I am looking through something. I've been actually thinking I'd like to do a hedge sort of style look through at something in the distance as part of my journal of stitchery, or maybe a window looking out or in, who knows. And then a sort of a close-up scene of strawberries being enjoyed, and a book and some flowers, a vase of sort of flowers, possibly just being arranged, and looking out the window towards a cottage. So lots of ideas for how you can do your framing. We did our hidden door or gate in one of our earlier pieces. Wow, isn't that one fascinating? It's like parts of an image. It's called Secret Garden. Real and imaginary elements is based on a photograph of a wild, mysterious garden. And then an image where you get drawn right up, sort of up the stairs and out that arch. And then looking out through doors, looking out through sort of a door and a glass, the way they've sort of created the sense of there being with these little stripes of fabric, almost that they're being sort of a glass or something in the way. Really interesting. Knots and knot gardens. Wow, look at that. That is incredible. Definitely have to think about doing something as a downward looking garden at some point. And isn't that interesting? The knot designs actually raise up above the box in that. Some more beautiful motifs to use as inspiration. Lots more on this page. And mazes. I was wondering if we might get a maze as one of our prompts for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. So much beauty in this book. Really glad I got it. I'm going to enjoy reading it. It's got lots of reading content as well, so definitely something nice to read. Topiary. I'm not even sure how you go about making topiary with embroidery. These are quite structural elements. I'm going to have a read. Don't know if that's a form of stump work because it's sort of raised off the page. And these have, I guess, topiary elements, but just within sort of flatter stitching. More beautiful designs. Lovely picture with geometric sort of elements in it. A lady sitting in the shade under the tree. Very peaceful image, that one. But yeah, even the dress made in detail of lace. So I guess this is some sort of collage. Patchwork hanging in dyed and sprayed calico with some surface stitchery, embroidery anglais in the girl's dress. So that's the embroidery anglais. Using the Herbals. Printed herbals and flower books, which began to appear around the end of the 15th century. So different depictions of herbs and flowers. Strawberry flower. And so it's suggesting that we can adapt these to our stitching. Beautiful tapestry there. Like a little journal of stitchery, the formal garden spread from Julia Barton's book with a lily and a Venetian herbal facing a parterre of embroidery. Lots of great designs, flowers and foliage. Oh, lovely. Including borders and fences, structures. Wow, again, so much in that one. Canvas work. And then a beautiful sort of dark scene, but with daffodils and a little shrine or a little sitting area. So much texture in that one. Cornflowers, so the beautiful blues. I've got cornflowers in my garden downstairs. All different leaves. Tulips in a line drawing. Oops, got someone's Visa gold card bookmark. Those great as well. Dreamed garden, not the summer of '86. Free machine quilting and applique in satins and velvets. So yeah, I think we saw that one earlier, didn't we? Herbs, vegetables and fruit. Oh, look at the little beehives. I know a few of us have been doing beehives in our garden, and then this one's got all the little herbs in small depiction. And then this one looks like a bit of a sketch of what they're going to plant. It's got carrots and asparagus, parsnips, artichokes, a bit of a design for the garden. And lovely little stitchery. Looks like they've done some painting on the surface and then stitched over it. More fantastic designs. Oh, look at the cute little rabbit. Rabbit in a cabbage bed. Interesting to see as well how they've done their cabbages with fabric leaves, and used darker and then the more sort of reddy purple coloured, and then radish bag. Very cute. 60+ tram ticket, back when we actually had paper tickets, before we had Mikey plastic cards. Wow, look at the beautiful greens. Just in time for St. Paddy's Day, which I think is this Friday, isn't it? Fountains. We haven't yet had the prompt for a water feature, so again, who knows? That could be a prompt. I've already got a few ideas for what I'd like to do as a water feature piece. I love those reflections. Oh, look at the peacocks. Thinking of Corinne at the moment, who's on her cruise, and she's taken Percy the peacock with her to stitch as a little stitch project. Bit of a disturbing image, this one, really, because it looks like there's some sort of dog or animal that's got water coming out of its mouth. Hopefully it's only water. Goodness. Little fish and turtles and birds. And then, yeah, all the sort of the water leaves and things, water birds, reeds or flowering rush. Oh yeah, and there's the pampas. Yeah, the pampas brush. It's a lovely scene, lovely picture. So that's free machine embroidery and applique on a dyed cotton even weave ground. Ah. And then greenhouses and conservatories. Where were you a few weeks ago when we were all doing our stitchery pieces? Ah, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I love that, with just all the detailed stitching. And this one with the structural elements, but then the green. Even that one's got the structural elements actually as well in the white, which is lovely, in the little path. And how fabulous is that you could just create a background with everything in close that's happening in the greenhouse. A good water feature one here as well, with that fountain, almost with the fern making a border around it. There's someone watering their little cold frame glass house. Wow, so much intricate geometric detail on this one. That is incredible. Towers and flowers, counted thread embroidery on cream even weave furnishing fabric. Blackwork stitches for the towers, coloured perle threads for the flowers. Incredible. Paths and paving. So lots of different ideas for how you can depict your sort of crazy paving or your more geometric designs. Machine quilting and applique on painted calico with added surface stitchery. So it looks like they've just sort of stitched around the pavers here, but they're made from the painted fabric. And this one almost looks like rock, but I wonder what sort of material they've used for that. The paving stones are painted suede applied with straight stitches with French knots to suggest encroaching plants creeping between them. What a fabulous idea, and yeah, it really does look like there's cracks and those little plants creeping up. And then the labyrinth. So there you go, maze. If we get a maze, I can come back and have a look in here. Yeah, fabulous collage, pieced so many elements in it. A garden over there, someone there. Just beautiful. And the nasturtiums, the orange nasturtiums, I'm pretty sure they are. Chinese paving patterns. Immediately suggest trapunto and corded quilting. Wow. Not sure I'll be doing that. That looks super intricate. Garden ornament. Again, we haven't had this prompt, so who knows? If we don't feel like doing one of those garden gnomes, we've got plenty of ideas in here of what we could do. We have had the flower pots this week. And some other ideas for how we could have done our flower pots. And a stand of flower pots. And then garden benches, that's a lovely idea as well. Lots of additional elements we can potentially add into our gardens. The secret garden. Elegant trelliage. I guess it's like a trellis style arbor. Some other beautiful structures. And the postscript. And then it talks about different gardens of special interest to embroiderers, so you can look them up. And then an index. And then that beautiful design again, as well as an old order form. And Powney's Bookshop, requested to be sent by someone. And that is in. I'm assuming this is a UK address. It looks like a UK address. So someone from the UK. Originally owned, and looks like they looked at it and enjoyed it, and then at some point it's made its way to Melbourne and to Melanie. So I hope you enjoyed having a look at that with me. I certainly enjoyed having a look, and I hope I haven't bored you too much as I've pored over it. And let's all get excited about the prompt videos, which should be coming out shortly. So take care everyone, and I will speak to you soon. See you.